part of this today's program on celebration of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. So, before I go into the main topic, understanding addiction from triggers to treatment, I thought it is very important because today we have a very good crowd, extremely good crowd, and then we have all mixture. So it is very important for us to first know what exactly addiction, when we say about addiction, and what are the important points that we need to understand when we are treating addiction. Society has been struggling to define, to find a reason, what can be done about the treatment for ages. During the initial part, might be 90s, or during the initial part, say, even 2000 you can say, people thought addiction is related in terms of lack of willpower, bad character, being immoral, or being not religious. So such were the belief system which was very common, even today unfortunately. So on this auspicious day, I thought this is one important point that first I want to draw into so that people understand addiction is not just in terms of immorality or weak character. With understanding in science, with a lot of new advances, neuroimaging, a lot of research in terms of treatment, today we know addiction is a disorder of the brain. We call it as an illness or disorder. Why? Because in subsequent few minutes I will describe it more in detail. Because this way of understanding will definitely help us to make sure that people who are suffering from addiction don't go through the stigma, they are not discriminated, they don't have this human right abuse, and more importantly, many times because of such wrong concept or wrong understanding in the society, patients and family members, they are afraid to seek help and they don't come for timely help. Now, coming to the topic per se, when I say understanding addiction and for the treatment also, addiction is a very complex illness. It has so multi-dimensional components. When we say the cause of the illness, when I say this is the disorder of the brain, which is the very important part of the brain, which is important part of the body. Now, there are certain important concepts that we try to understand addiction as a whole. What we call biological concept, psychological concept, social and environmental concept. Now, this understanding is very important so that patients who are suffering, family who are suffering, are not they are not stigmatized. Biological concept, now this is something to do with the biology. Many of the illnesses like medical condition, they have genetic underpinning. So in addiction also, there are a lot of certain brain structures which are involved. There are a lot of circuits in the brain which go astray. There are a lot of chemical imbalances that happen in the brain. So all these things makes a person vulnerable to get into addiction. At the same time, you might have come across most of the time, even in our clinic, we have our clients who are between the ages of 15 to 25 years of age, a very important time. Now, this time of this phase of their life, biologically, if you look at it, the so-called frontal lobe is not fully developed. When I say frontal lobe, this is a very important part of our brain which makes us judge, which makes us to understand various reasoning, which makes us to do a lot of planning, and of course to understand what are the consequences. Since this part of the brain is not developed, many times young people, they get into risk-taking behaviors. And of course addiction is one of them. At the same time, when we are doing the treatment of patients in the clinic or in the hospital, medicine works wonders. When a person who comes with a lot of behavioral problem, not able to sleep, withdrawal symptom, you give medicine, the patient becomes normal. So these are some of the very important concepts that we need to understand when we talk about addiction. It is not just immoral character, but it is to do with something to do with the brain. Then other important concept is psychological factors. Now human beings, the uniqueness of a human being is because the psychology or the something different which other branch of medicine also might not understand. But psychology is something where in terms of our defense mechanism. For example, the way we cope up, the way we express how when we are into some problem or when we are facing some difficulty. So in psychological factors includes very poor coping mechanism. Many times addiction patients, they have low frustration tolerance, they are very impulsive, somehow they are not able to control their emotions. Stress, lot of stress factors come into their life. Psychological illness, many of, you can say 80 to 90% of the patients who are addicted, they will have coexistent psychological conditions like mood disorder, anxiety, depression, sleep disturbances. So these psychological factors also are contributing to the onset or trigger of addiction. And let us not forget the environment or the social condition. And one of the very important factors, like just now sir was saying, the number of young population in Shillong is huge. Beside the state, we have a lot of floating population from various different parts of the country. So easy availability is one factor. When the thing is available so freely, because we have a lot of young population, so those peddlers or suppliers, they have easy market. So remember, these are also one factors. Then of course peer pressure. Many times young people in the colleges or in the schools, they get into this habit because under the influence of their friends. And if you look at that way, there are a lot of psychological factors, because I'm not having so much time to speak about it. Social factors, family, lot of difficult family, violence, single parents. So what I'm trying to say about these three important factors in causation of or triggering of addiction is so that we don't try to make our patient feel bad, or we don't try to discriminate, saying, okay, he's a bad person, because addiction is happening in the background of all these multiple factors. So having said about that, now what about the treatment? When we say treatment for addiction, let us divide it into preventive aspect and the treatment per se aspect. Now, the important arms of any addiction treatment in our state, the demand reduction and supply reduction. So demand reduction is coming under the proper treatment guidance, where many of our young population who are already addicted, they need proper help. Yes, we might go for awareness, we might go for involvement of many of our different group in the society, but unless and until we do the treatment for the patients, then the whole story is not complete. So when we do the treatment for addiction patient, in a simple way, we divide it as a pharmacological method. Like as I said, this is a brain disorder, so you need to give medicines. Then we have a lot of non-pharmacological methods like counseling, family therapy, supportive counseling. So these are some of the methods that we use, and treatment also will depend on like the setting. For example, many times we get patients in the clinic, that is an OPD setting. Definitely many of our patients can be treated that way. The setting also might be indoor setup. Many times when the patient is having very heavy drug abuse for very long time, multiple attempts where he is not able to control, then sometimes we need to get them admitted. Or in certain cases where we might need to put them into rehabilitation centers also, or halfway home. So these are the settings where we do the treatment. And when we do the treatment, the planning is very important, because like as I said, the cause of addiction is multifactorial, so we have to consider all these cases. And the treatment also might be short-term to long-term. Many cases who are having multiple